he ordered his fleet onward with his often quoted command.
And the torpedoes! Full speed ahead!
David Farragut, an American patriot.
The U.S. Air Force Academy may be the youngest of the service academies, but it's the largest in terms of land area. Located near Colorado Springs, it spreads out over 18,000 acres. The striking modern design of the Cadet Chapel is the centerpiece of the campus. And all around, historic aircraft and memorials are proudly displayed as tributes to accomplished aviators. Since its inception in 1954, the Air Force Academy has distinguished itself for its academic and professional training. As part of the 4-year program, cadets focus on developing knowledge, character, and motivation. More than half of the Academy's graduates continue in flight careers as pilots, navigators, or controllers. Others pursue careers in space operations and healthcare. The specialties may vary, but the discipline and core values of leadership instilled here are universal. The United States Air Force Academy, committed to excellence.
This is AFN.
Christmas is a-comin' and the fiscal cliff is steep. So much for Carol's 2012. Fact is, we are now just 18 days away from a potential economic hit that would please the Grinch more than Santa. And what are politicians doing about it? Talking, but not necessarily making any progress. Live to the White House and correspondent Mark Smith.
Yeah, John, talking, then heading home. House Speaker John Boehner was here late yesterday for a nearly hour-long meeting with President Obama, but spokesmen for the two sides call the talk frank, and they do not seem any closer to a deal averting big year-end spending cuts and tax hikes. Boehner still says Obama's not serious about spending cuts. The White House insists the GOP accept higher tax rates on top earners. So with that impasse still blocking Whoville, Washington, Boehner's flying to Ohio for the weekend. John?
You had to take the challenge. Thanks, Mark. More Republicans are talking about accepting higher taxes on the rich, but fewer Democrats seem ready to take an increase in the Medicare eligibility age to 67. House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi.
Don't even think about raising the Medicare age. We are not throwing America's seniors over the cliff to give a tax cut to the wealthiest people in America.
The U.S. is sending 400 troops and 2 batteries of Patriot missiles to Turkey to help protect the country from a possible attack from Syria. The strange weather is making more Americans warm to the idea of climate change. Associated Press science correspondent Seth Borenstein has the results of a new AP GFK poll on global warming.
What it tells us is that right now about 78%, slightly more than 3 in 4 Americans believe the world is warming and temperatures are rising. That's slightly up from 2009, and it's been about where we've seen it for the last 15 years, somewhere between 70 and 85%, and it's now on the way back up.
Gas is down, consumer prices up just 0.3% last month. This is Newswatch. I'm Army Sergeant Tim Chatlish reporting. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta said yesterday that President Hamid Karzai has accepted an invitation from President Barack Obama to meet in Washington next month for critical talks on the future of Afghanistan. Michael Hanlon is a senior fellow at the Brookings Institution. This is his take on what President Karzai should expect from next month's gathering.
He knows it's coming, and in fact, I don't know how he would react to different possible outcomes. The conversation is inevitable. The conversation everyone has known, is necessary, and will have to be a lot more than one phone call or one face-to-face meeting. It'll be an ongoing discussion.
A U.S. Army tradition is to have a change of responsibility ceremony when a sergeant major takes the role of command sergeant major. Army Sergeant Tony McCaslin reports on the news.